Chapter 2261, Eavesdropped. Forget it. Old Jiao was still angry. He wouldn't be able to listen to any reason. She wouldn't say it, lest she argue with him again. Ding Ji didn't say it, but Jiao Dongliang could sense her disapproval. At this time, Jiao Dongliang felt regretful to have given birth to a second child and having Jiao Nan as a daughter. If they didn't have a second child and only had Jiao Zijin as a daughter, he could let Ding Ji experience how life would be like then. Based on how Jiao Zijin had a mom like Ding Ji, no matter if Jiao Zijin had siblings or not, he didn't believe that Ding Ji could teach Jiao Zijin well. Old Jiao, where are you going? Upon seeing that Jiao Dongliang was moving, Ding Ji was shocked. She thought that her dissatisfied look made Jiao Dongliang angry again. Jiao Dongliang avoided her and didn't let her touch him. Don't worry. I'm not going to the Civil Affairs Bureau. I'm tired. I want to return to my room and rest. Not going out but resting at home. Of course. All right, I'll make your bed for you. It was good if he didn't go out. It was even better if he didn't go to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Jiao Dongliang's eyes hurt and he was annoyed to see Ding Ji. There's no need to. I'm already an adult. How could I not know how to make my bed? Go and do whatever you need to. Just don't disturb me. Jiao Dongliang didn't want to be disturbed. Ding Ji didn't dare not to listen to Jiao Dongliang's words. Actually, she understood it a little. Jiao Dongliang should be telling Jiao Nan what she had just said. Upon thinking about this, Ding Ji only felt that her white hair was growing rapidly. Zijin only discussed this matter with her before. What if Zijin found out and she became angry at her? What should she do then? So it's like this. Jiao Nan had just finished her examinations when she received this call. Seeing that Jiao Dongliang and Ding Ji were busying themselves for her and Jiao Zijin, Jiao Nan felt tired for the both of them. All right, Dad. I understand. Don't worry. Don't you understand my attitude? The Zhu family's matters are a little complicated. Even if you are here with Jiao Zijin, it wouldn't be easy, let alone just her alone. She couldn't refuse Chief Zhu's fatherly love toward her and didn't want to refuse it. I know. Jiao Dongliang's heart became sour. It's just that you know your sister's temper as well. She wouldn't give up so easily for money. I heard from your mom that if she succeeds in this, she could receive 5 million yuan, which is enough for her to spend the rest of her life. She wanted to coax your mom to go to the capital but I stopped her. She didn't share with your mom what kind of tricks are up her sleeve after that. You have to be more careful. In front of 5 million yuan, there was no sibling relationship for Jiao Zijin to speak of. There was only a dispute over interests. For 5 million yuan, Jiao Zijin didn't care about Jiao Nan. Jiao Dongliang would be crazy if he allowed Jiao Nan to cooperate with Jiao Zijin so that she could earn 5 million yuan. It was always best to have it for herself. Because of her relationship with the Zhu family, Jiao Nan's status and treatment had been greatly improved. Jiao Dongliang had heard about it years ago. He was still worried that Jiao Nan would lead a tough life in a circle like the Zai family. However, after this situation, Jiao Dongliang felt that he didn't need to worry about Jiao Nan anymore. He didn't expect someone would want to snatch those things away. This snatcher even got Jiao Zijin to help. Jiao Nan arranged the books and looked casual. Dad, don't worry. I know how Jiao Zijin's temper is like. No matter what tricks she's planning to play, they will not work. Today's Jiao Zijin no longer had Ding Ji, the capable assistant, by her side. Jiao Nan suspected what other ruthless means Jiao Zijin could come up with such that she could force her to relent in this matter and let Wang Yang's scheming plan succeed. There was both Jiao Zijin and Li Yayan. Wang Yang wanted to try a two-pronged approach and was confident that either one of them would succeed. Jiao Nan, here. Speak of the devil. As Jiao Nan walked out of the classroom, Li Yayan called her. Jiao Nan, I'm going to buy something today. Can you come along with me? I won't disturb you for long. At most, an hour. Please. Sure. After knowing that Li Yayan was Wang Yang's wife, the way Qiaonan looked at Li Yayan didn't change. At least at this moment, Li Yayan didn't feel that the Qiaonan today was any different from the Qiaonan a few days ago. Qiaonan didn't have lessons this afternoon. According to reason, she should head home. However, since she had already agreed to Li Yayan's invitation, it wasn't nice for Qiaonan to refuse. She handed her books to the driver and asked him to go home. She also told him to let her parents-in-law know that she'd be home an hour later. I've finally succeeded. Qiaonan, it's so difficult to go shopping with you. How old are your children now such that they are inseparable from people? Li Yayan seemed to be in a good mood as she walked next to Qiaonan. Her tone became cheerful. Less than 5 months. They're so young. I really can't tell. It's your second birth. Indeed, those who didn't know Qiaonan would ask her if it was her second birth when they looked at her age. It was rare for women in their 40s to give birth to their first child. No, I married my husband slightly later, so I gave birth late as well. This is my first birth. I'm not planning for the second. She was pretending quite well. Li Yayan should have memorized everything about her and Zai Sheng. She was obviously not an actress, but her lies were more realistic than an actor's. Is that so? Li Yayan looked shocked. So you're a career woman? That's true as well. If you lean against a hill, it will collapse. If you lean against a person, he will run away. In today's society, it's most important to rely on yourself. What is marriage? The divorce rate in our country is increasing year by year. A new record is set every year. Women can only truly feel at ease if they have their own careers and money. It's good that you're like this. I'm already considering if I should start my own business and accomplish something. When I bought a toy for my son, although he was happy, he suddenly asked me, "Mom, did you use Dad's money to buy me a toy?" Upon hearing this, I was so angry. He is my own son, but there is nothing I could do about him. My husband and I are legally married. The money he earned is the common property between us husband and wife. Why is it still his and not mine? I'm guessing that my son overheard my parents-in-law's words. Qiaonan's eyes shone. After Wang Yang's wife married Wang Yang, she had always been a full-time housewife. Her son stayed in Pingcheng and was raised by her parents-in-law. No wonder it didn't feel fake when Li Yayan was complaining to and sharing her grievances with her. She really thought that Li Yayan had the potential to become a movie queen. Chapter 2262, Couldn't be anxious. It seemed like the contents of Li Yayan's complaint really did happen. Have you considered what kind of business you would like to be in? Speaking of anger, Li Yayan looked discouraged. Not yet. There are so many types of businesses that can be done. However, homework has to be done first if you want the business to thrive. These include market considerations, determination of market needs, and so on. I studied humanities previously. This time, I'm studying economics. But it's so difficult. Qiaonan, why don't we work together and open a shop? In this way, her and Qiaonan's interests would become closer. It would even be more convenient for her to play some tricks if they were doing business and opening a shop together. By then, even if peaceful measures didn't work, Qiaonan would have no choice but to agree to forceful means. It was only 5 million yuan, but not only was she feeling high-spirited and energized, but she also wanted to give her all. Qiaonan was someone who could swallow all the Zhu family's inheritance alone. She couldn't count on Qiaonan's noble character and integrity. If she had something that wasn't hers, then she shouldn't have such pure thoughts and concepts. Qiaonan was looking at the shops by the side, but she was paying attention to what Li Yayan was saying. That wouldn't do. I'm not born to do business. If I open a shop with you, it wouldn't be good if we make a loss. Binding of interests. If this tactic could work, it would be very useful. If she wasn't careful enough, the entire Zai family would be implicated by her and harmed by Wang Yang. Why does this matter? Li Yan wanted to try to make this happen. In Li Yan's eyes, such a small problem wasn't a problem at all. I've said before that I don't have much experience in doing business. However, you're a little older than me. I've always wanted to call you sister. Since you're older than me, you should have more experience than me. Why don't we do this? I'll fork out money and you'll fork out efforts. If we make profits, we'll split it equally. If we make losses, they're all mine. Xiao Nan smiled. There was something Li Yan was right about. No matter what, she was a few years older than Li Yan. If she didn't even have this bit of social experience, she would have long been swallowed whole by the Qiao family. Li Yan would fork out money while she would fork out efforts. Profits would be split into half equally while Li Yan would cover all losses. What was the difference between this and giving her money for nothing? If she forked out efforts, her experience wasn't any better than Li Yan's. How much could she contribute? Also, if they did business together, it meant that she was a shareholder. In her dream, Xiao Nan had some experience of doing business with Tiandong. She knew that it wasn't easy to do business together and open a shop. As a legal representative of the company, it was also easy for problems to happen. Wouldn't I be taking advantage of you? You're studying economics but I'm not. I'm older than you. Even if I have more experience and can fork out efforts, I would feel embarrassed to take advantage of this kind of advantage. Even if you're all right with it. You also know that I have 3 children at home. They are less than 5 months old now and are inseparable from people. I'm already so busy with my studies. I'm not suited to do business. However, if you really have a need in this regard, I believe you can definitely find a more suitable business partner than me. Li Yan was pretty disappointed. In the face of the Zhu family's large sum of inheritance, Xiao Nan never wanted to give up, let alone negotiate with Wang Yang. Li Yan thought that Xiao Nan should be someone who loved to take advantage of others. Otherwise, upon encountering such a thing, wouldn't people generally not feel guilty and have a good chat with the person involved? She didn't expect Xiao Nan to not be fooled at all when she had already thrown out such a huge bait. Could it be that she already knew that there was a huge sum of money from the Zhu family and thus no longer cared about earning little money from doing business? I don't have a lot of friends in the capital. I don't feel at ease if I cooperate with others. If you're not willing to, then let's forget it. Of course, if you have some thoughts one day, just let me know. We can discuss it again. Actually, I just suddenly thought of doing business as well. I don't have any concrete plans yet. How is it easy to do business? Even if it's a small business, careful planning has to be done first. Indeed, one can't be in a hurry when doing business. Xiao Nan looked at the things in the shops on both sides. However, nobody will reject earning more money. If you can't find someone now, it doesn't mean you can't find someone in the future. Take it slow. Don't rush. Oh, right. What did you want to buy? After shopping for so long, I haven't seen you buy anything. Li Yan patted her head. I chatted with you until I forgot about serious matters. Let's go to this shop. Li Yan still remembered that Xiao Nan asked the driver to tell her family that she would be late for an hour. If she didn't buy anything within this hour, Xiao Nan would definitely leave and she might not be willing to shop with her the next time. For the sake of a next time, Li Yan didn't dare to delay. She casually bought some things and considered it done. Then, she parted ways with Xiao Nan. Bye. After sending Xiao Nan off, Li Yan stood at the original spot and watched her leave. Only when the car disappeared did Li Yan stomp her feet angrily. Isn't she just a junior high school student? Why is she so picky? She's so difficult to deal with. Among the people she had seen, Jiaonan was the most difficult to coax. The two of them had known each other for so long, but she didn't even manage to treat Jiaonan a cup of milk tea, let alone a meal. In terms of money, Jiaonan drew the lines very clearly and didn't even take advantage of her 1 yuan. Li Yian was really speechless. When she returned to Pingcheng during the new year and met up with her old classmates, she was the only one who paid for all the food and drinks. If it wasn't that they were afraid their actions would be ugly, they would really want to take away a table of food home. After all, they would be fools if they didn't take advantage of what they could. Li Yian was of course unhappy to be taken advantage of. However, Li Yian felt even more depressed that Jiaonan wasn't willing to take advantage of her. She wanted to tell Jiaonan that as long as the Zhu family's inheritance didn't fall in her hands, it couldn't be considered as hers. As such, aside from being the Zai family's daughter-in-law now, Jiaonan's existence was of no value. How could Jiaonan reject an opportunity to create wealth without even thinking about it? If she ran into a difficult situation in the future, Jiaonan would definitely regret her decision today. Mom, I'm back. After parting ways with Li Yian and returning to the Zai family, Jiaonan felt that she was coming back to life. After knowing that Li Yian was Wang Yang's wife, Jiaonan felt particularly uncomfortable in her heart. Chapter 2263, How Laughable. Upon thinking of Li Yian's face, how would Jiaonan believe the nonsense that Wang Yang married Li Yian purely because of love and nothing else unless she was a fool? Miaojing looked at Jiaonan. Why are you back so soon? Why didn't you spend more time outside? Miaojing was pretty happy that Jiaonan could make some friends in school with whom she could go shopping together. Initially, she was still worried that Jiaonan didn't have her own social circle and would feel lonely and helpless in the big capital. She didn't expect that in just a few days, Jiaonan used practical actions to tell her that her worries were unnecessary. Actually, with the three of us around at home, you don't have to be too worried about the triplets. The triplets would cling to you when they are sleeping at night and would cry if they didn't see you. Other than that, they are still quite easy to coax in the day. Jiaonan washed her hands, and the first thing she did was to naturally hug her daughter. It's nothing. Shopping makes my feet sore. Furthermore, that person has already bought her things and I'm not lacking anything. If she continued to shop with Li Yian might tell her explicitly to give up on the Zhu family's inheritance. The price to pay for shopping with Li Yian was huge. Nan, did you make new friends in school? How is it? When do you want to bring this friend over to our house so that we can get to know each other? Her son didn't spend as much time at home as an ordinary husband. It was good if there was another friend around Nan to kill time together. She couldn't possibly let Nan be like what they said. If she only took care of the elderly or children when she was free, Nan would seem like she was an auntie that the Zai family hired. Jiaonan knew that Miaojing was thinking for her. After thinking for a while, Jiaonan decided to explain the situation to Miaojing. What if Li Yian used her identity as her friend to come over to the Zai family when she wasn't around and was received by the Zai family? Such behavior was very dangerous. Mom, do you remember that I asked you if you know a woman named Li Yian a few days ago? Yes. Could it be that Zai Sheng couldn't find out either? Jiaonan touched her daughter's hand. Brother Zai didn't check on her. It was just that when he heard this woman's name, he immediately told me that she was Wang Yang's wife. Mom, you probably don't know this, but Li Yian's face looks a little like mine. I heard that when Wang Yang married this wife, it was around the same time when Brother Zai married me. Nobody expected this. Li Yian's family conditions aren't compatible with the Wang family. However, Wang Yang overcame all odds and married Li Yian. Before Chief Zhu left, Li Yian and Wang Yang had been taking care of him. Miaojing's face changed rapidly. Nan, is what you said true? Yes. Brother Zai told me. Miaojing's face became pale and the hand she placed on her thigh was clenched into a fist. If Zai Sheng found out about this, then it must be right. What is Wang Yang's motive for marrying such a woman as his wife? Nan, have you seen Wang Yang before? Miao Jing knew that Zhu Chenqi liked Jiao Nan and wanted to acknowledge her as his goddaughter. She also knew that before Zhu Chenqi passed away, he made a will to leave everything in the Zhu family to Jiao Nan, who was completely unrelated to the Zhu family. With this major premise, people couldn't help but suspect Wang Yang's motive for marrying Li Yayan. Obviously, Miao Jing was worried that Wang Yang had hit on Jiao Nan before and had some thoughts about her. Jiao Nan smiled. Mom, although having money is good, Wang Yang is a specially privileged person. He has his pride and self-esteem. It's obvious that he doesn't like women older than him. Wang Yang did send Chen Jun over to seduce her so that he could destroy her image in Zhu Chenqi's heart. However, Wang Yang never planned to use a honey trap personally to coax her. That's good. Miao Jing first heaved a sigh of relief. Then, she became angry. It was as if the person Wang Yang despised was her biological daughter. Bah! How good is this? What taste does Wang Yang have? He's so ambitious and wants to swallow the entire Zhu family. He obviously knows that he's not capable enough but still dares to be so high profile. A person like him who always wants to rely on others won't be successful in life in this lifetime. Wang Yang didn't fancy Nan. Wang Yang was much worse than Zai Sheng and couldn't compete with him to marry Nan. Mom, don't be angry. Jiao Nan poured a glass of water for Miao Jing and comforted her. As long as we know what kind of person Wang Yang is, it's fine. Li Yayan is Wang Yang's wife. Wang Yang should be the one who asked her to befriend me. As for her motive, it would undoubtedly be the inheritance that Chief Zhu left behind for me. When we were shopping today, she even asked me to do business together with her. I rejected her. It's good that you rejected her. Nan, you're smart. Miao Jing patted Jiao Nan's hand and was very supportive of her decision. Nan, since you already know who Li Yayan is, why did you still go shopping with her? She wasn't someone good. Rather than wasting time on such a person, it would be better for her to find a real friend. Zai Yai disagreed with Miao Jing's attitude. What's there to be afraid of? Why should Jiao Nan avoid her? They are the ones with dirty thoughts. We are open and upright. If they aren't afraid, why should we avoid them? What Jiao Nan did was correct. Jiao Nan knows who Li Yayan is. However, she might not know that her identity has been exposed. This is the capital. If Wang Yang wants to do anything to Jiao Nan in the capital, that would be putting the entire Wang family at risk. Zai Yai was only short of saying that if Wang Yang dared to do anything against the law, even if Zhu Chenqi was still alive, he wouldn't let Wang Yang off on account of Zhu Chenqi, let alone now that Zhu Chenqi was dead. Not only was he not going to let Wang Yang off, but he would be teaching him a good lesson. A person who went to jail would have a stain in their political career. From then on, Wang Yang didn't need to think of stepping into the political circle again in this lifetime. He would just be an ordinary person. Initially, everyone knew why the Wei family's father worked so hard to marry the Zhu family's daughter. Love? How laughable! It was also because there was such a clear example before them that Zai Yai was particularly unwilling for Zai Hua to marry Wei back then. The precious daughter whom they had pampered was taken away by a scheming wolf. They obviously knew that this wolf was up to no good and only wanted to make use of their daughter. Would they still watch as their daughter was being treated like a fool? After seeing such a thing happen to the Zhu family, Zai Yai wasn't willing to do so. Chapter 2264, Incredibly Careful. As a result, Zai Hua had stubbornly refused to remain in contact with her family from then on. Zai Yai's career had been on the rise at that time too, and Zai Sheng had been transferred to the capital at the same time. As such, Zai Yai had decided to bring Miao Jing to the capital so that they would be out of his sight. It was inevitable for Zai Hua to get bullied after getting married to Wei Dai, but he would, at least, be able to lie to himself if he wasn't able to see it. Zai Yai was clear that Zai Hua's temper meant that she would never ask her family for help even if she wasn't doing well. After all, he had already made his stance clear. Zai Yai's tough attitude only worsened the relationship between the father and daughter. It could be said that Zai Yai's attitude had been a result of the marriage between Wang Yang's parents. At the mention of the Wang family, although Li Yayan was only a daughter-in-law who had married into the family, Zai Yai had no good feelings toward her. In fact, he hated her as much as he hated the rest of the family. Zai Yai was not objective at all and already had an innate bias against Li Yayan. Given the situation that Jiaonan had described earlier, Zai Yai was sure that his hatred toward Li Yayan was not unfounded. Besides, he was already so advanced in age. What was wrong with being willful? Miao Jing glanced at Zai Yai reproachfully and she grabbed onto Jiaonan's hand. Don't listen to your dad. His temper has only gotten worse with age. Maybe it's because we've fed him with too many spicy things that he's become more short-tempered lately. This wasn't about being afraid. Wasn't it better for her to protect herself by distancing herself from Li Yayan whom she knew was up to no good? But I'll support you regardless of the decision you make. Of course, Jiaonan would have her own opinion about what to do. She believed that Jiaonan would make a wise and informed decision. Jiaonan pecked San Bao's chubby hand. Dad, Mom, don't worry. I won't let anything happen to me. Actually, Brother Zai has already assigned 2 bodyguards to me. Wang Yang won't succeed no matter what he tries to do to me. Besides, my interactions with Wang Yang are very limited. Unless I have classes in the afternoon, I never have lunch with Li Yayan. It was the first time I went out shopping with her today. Besides, when I agreed to go shopping with her today, she was trying to get me to share her anger, not knowing that I was trying to test Wang Yang's and her attitudes. The last time, Li Yayan had suddenly brought up the topic of how her friend from Pingcheng had vacationed in the capital. Afterward, Jiaonan had given it some thought and realized that Jiao Zijin seemed to have arrived in the capital the previous day. Jiao Zijin had insisted on coming to the capital to see Jiaonan take her last breath so that she could take over her husband and children. So, what was Jiao Zijin intending to do this time? Jiao Zijin had already had all sorts of worries about inflation, the rising cost of living, and whether she would have enough for her old age even when she had more than 1,000,000 yuan while living in Pingcheng. Without sufficient benefits that tempted her, there was no way Jiao Zijin would have the guts to rush to the capital, where the cost of living was exorbitant. Could she possibly like the sandstorms in the capital? No matter how she thought about it, there was only one thing that Jiao Zijin could probably benefit from, the lawsuit over the Zhu family's inheritance. So, that's the case. Miao Jing had finally understood the situation. Of course, she had only been able to rest easy after learning that her son had arranged for bodyguards for Jiaonan. That's true. If you have any problems, you can go to Zai Sheng. If he doesn't solve them for you, come to me. I'll get your dad to lecture him. This was a chain with links. Zai Yai would definitely deal with Zai Sheng, while Miao Jing would deal with Zai Yai. In the end, Miao Jing would be influenced by Jiaonan as well. In that way, Jiaonan realized that she was the person at the top of the food chain. Because Jiaonan had already gotten some idea of what was going on, and Qiao Dongliang had given her a heads up, there was no way Jiao Zijin could have kept her intentions hidden from Jiaonan. After her little experiment today, Jiaonan was sure that Jiao Zijin had indeed come to the capital because of the inheritance. Jiao Zijin had even told her that she would definitely get a sum of money from coming to the capital this time. But Jiao Zijin had not explained anything else in detail to Jiaonan. Of course, when Qiao Dongliang had tried to question Ding Ji, she had naturally been unable to furnish him with any details either. Anyway, Li Yayan had been trying to test Jiaonan on Jiao Zijin. As such, Jiaonan had given Li Yayan what she wanted during her little shopping trip today so that Li Yayan would at least feel that she had gotten something out of it. Because of that little harvest, Li Yin's expression was sour as she headed home. Qiao Zijin had already gotten in contact with Jiao Nan. She couldn't help but wonder if Qiao Zijin had already made some progress regarding the Zhu family's inheritance. If Qiao Zijin succeeded, that would naturally be good since that would mean that everything of the Zhu family would belong to Wang Yang. Since it was Wang Yang's, she would enjoy it too. The problem was that it wouldn't be easy to arrange matters for her family without the 5 million yuan. No matter how much Wang Yang got from the Zhu family, it belonged to the Wang family, not the Li family. She knew very well just how fiery her father-in-law's temper was. As such, unless her father-in-law was dead, she would never get the 5 million yuan for her family. But hadn't they said that Qiao Zijin didn't have a good relationship with Jiao Nan? It had already been a couple of days and they hadn't been in contact before this. So, why had Jiao Nan suddenly gotten in contact with Qiao Zijin behind her back? Why do you look so down? Have you run into some trouble with Jiao Nan? Wang Yang sensed that Li Yin was in a foul mood. Did Jiao Nan find out about your identity and stop you from getting close to her? If that was the case, they would have one fewer path to choose from. No, Li Yin brushed her long hair aside. I haven't even mentioned you being my husband. How would she ever know who I am? Qiao Nan's extremely timid since she married into the Zai family after going through so much. I've been in contact with her for such a long time, but she's never talked about being the Zai family's daughter-in-law. Similarly, she's never asked me about my husband's name. Qiao Nan is truly exceptionally careful. Perhaps, Qiao Nan would be the only one who would remain so cautious even after becoming the Zai family's daughter-in-law. Li Yin was furious at how Qiao Nan wasn't revealing anything, but they were in the same boat. In the first 3 years after getting married to Wang Yang, she had been just as careful. She had never dared to say anything outside about her husband being Wang Yang, for fear of causing him trouble. Chapter 2265, Sick. She had gone through that experience. But even so, Li Yin couldn't empathize with Jiao Nan. So, what's the matter with you? It was fine as long as Jiao Nan had no idea that Li Yin was his wife. What if Jiao Nan overthought it and misunderstood that Li Yin had ill intentions behind getting close to her? Not only was he afraid that Jiao Nan would get angry, but he was also afraid that Jiao Nan would complain about him to Zai Sheng. Zai Sheng wasn't one he could afford to offend. Li Yin plopped onto the sofa. Qiao Zijin seems to have gotten in touch with Jiao Nan. What she had was time. She could simply wait until her father-in-law passed away and she became the official matriarch of the family. Then, she would have a say over the family's finances. The problem was that her parents were of the same generation as her father-in-law. If her father-in-law passed away, how long more would her parents be able to live? That meant that her parents couldn't afford to wait for that day. She would have to find a way of getting the 5 million yuan so that her brother could get married and have his own children. Hearing Li Yin's words, Wang Yang understood that his wife was worried over the 5 million yuan for her family again. Yin, you should understand that the 5 million yuan is a chance I'm giving you. But if you do anything against the Wang family's interest because of money, you should know that you'll land up in a much worse state. Even though she was his wife and had given birth to his son, he would let nothing go wrong with the Zhu family's assets. If Li Yin betrayed his good intentions, it would be easy to deal with her. He would simply listen to his dad and get a divorce from her. Given his background, it wouldn't be difficult to find a wife who was willing to contribute to the Wang family. At the very least, it would be much easier than finding a man of a similar background to Wang Yang for Li Yin. Having received Wang Yang's warning, Li Yin dared not think more about that matter. Getting the Zhu family's assets for Wang Yang was the most important task for now. The 5 million yuan was simply a bonus. Compared to the Zhu family's assets, 5 million yuan was nothing. She couldn't afford to give up the whole forest for a single tree. Her family was important, but was it more important than her sons and her own life? Don't worry. I understand. I'm willing to fight for the 5 million yuan for my family if I have the chance. Otherwise, Xiao Zijin deserves it if she's capable. As long as you do well, I know that you won't mind me giving my brother a little even if dad's the one controlling the finances. She would have to give up the 5 million yuan. Only with those words did Wang Yang finally feel assured. It's good that you understand. My dad might have a slightly nasty temper, but as long as we succeed in getting the Zhu family's assets, there'll definitely be room for discussion regarding your family. We might even be able to give your brother some money to make a down payment. All right. There was nothing more she could do. If they could make a down payment for a house, her brother should probably be able to pay for the monthly payments using the allowances she gave her family every month. It would be slower, but at least, her family wouldn't be burdened paying for the house. Otherwise, her brother would never get the chance to stay in a big apartment given his fiery temper and refusal to work, and neither would he ever get married to have children nor be filial to their parents. Li Yan had thought that she stood a higher chance of getting the 5 million yuan. Who would have known that Xiao Zijin was even more frantic than her about that sum of money? Xiao Zijin knew that she had to convince Xiao Nan before the court date. Once the verdict for the lawsuit was out, the 5 million yuan would have nothing to do with her whether or not Wang Yang won the case. If Wang Yang won the lawsuit, Xiao Nan would no longer be in the picture, and neither would she. If Wang Yang were to lose, Xiao Nan would be able to squander the money away. No one would be as foolish to give up their money when they had it in their hands, especially not Xiao Nan. The only way to persuade Xiao Nan to give up that inheritance was to take advantage of the fact that the Zhu family's assets were nothing more than a vague figure to Xiao Nan. But ever since she had changed her original phone number, Xiao Nan had never taken the initiative to contact her. Xiao Zijin couldn't help but wonder if her mom was truly not worried about her after she had blacklisted her mom. Was her mom not going to find Xiao Nan and ask for her help in finding her? This time, Xiao Zijin was much smarter and decided to rent an apartment for herself. It was uncomfortable living in a basement, and Xiao Zijin wasn't willing to sacrifice her comfort by staying in such a small place. As such, she endured the pinch and decided to rent a small apartment of approximately 150 square feet. Thankfully, it was only spring, not summer. Otherwise, not only would it be expensive to switch on the air conditioning, but fans wouldn't even be helpful either. Xiao Zijin had never endured such hardship ever since she was young. She hadn't even stayed there for an entire month, and yet, Xiao Zijin felt that she was even more pitiful than a cabbage that grew in the ground. What Xiao Zijin had not expected was that Xiao Nan had lived in such conditions too. Every dog had its day. Now, it was Xiao Zijin's turn. Xiao Zijin stared at her phone every day, afraid of missing out on any news from Ding Ji. But as the days went by, Xiao Zijin realized that she had been in the capital alone for almost half a month. She couldn't afford to wait any further. After much contemplation, Xiao Zijin decided to make a call to Ding Ji. "Hello, Mom. It's me. Zijin? You're finally contacting me." Ding Ji was over the moon that Xiao Zijin had finally decided to contact her. But very quickly, she thought about Xiao Dongliang's dislike of Xiao Zijin and she quickly lowered her voice. "Wait a minute." Ding Ji returned to her room and shut the door. "All right. Have you been well in the capital?" It was just a phone call, but her mom was acting as though they were committing a crime. This made Xiao Zijin feel uneasy. "Mom, are you hiding from Dad?" "Mom, I'm not doing well in the capital. I'm sick, hungry, and thirsty. There's no one to take care of me. Mom, I miss you. Will you come to the capital? Can you send me to the hospital? Once I recover, I won't stop you from returning to Pingcheng." She would trick her mom to the capital. She could decide on whether her mom would be able to return to Pingcheng later on. "What? You're sick? Did you go to the doctor? Have you taken any medications? How could you starve yourself while you're sick? If you can't make your own meals, you should call for takeaway, at the very least. Upon hearing that Jiao Zijin was seriously ill, Ding Jiyi's heart broke. Zijin, listen to me. Hurry and get off the phone. Chapter 2266, Really Sick. Once you fill your stomach, take your medications and have a good rest. You'll be fine tomorrow. How will you get well if you don't eat anything? If it's serious, call 120 to get to the hospital. Don't try to save money like that, do you understand? She had already said that it wouldn't be easy surviving in the capital. She didn't even know the place well, and neither did she have any close friends or relatives there. Thankfully, she hadn't listened to Zijin to follow her to the capital. Otherwise, she wouldn't even have anyone to ask for help from in such a situation. In fact, she might even need to borrow money to tide over such a situation. Mom, I miss you. I really miss you. Mom, why don't you come over? I can't do it without you here. Mom, I need you. Can you come and take care of me? Xiao Zijin made no mention of medications of the hospital and simply cried out pitifully, asking Ding Jiyi to accompany her. Mom, I feel terrible. I feel like my eyesight is really blurry now. Mom, will you come over? I think I'll die without anyone taking care of me. Before she could finish her sentence, Xiao Zijin hung up the phone. Hello? Hello? How could her phone run out of battery now? Yes, before ending the call, what Ding Jiyi heard was not Xiao Zijin ending the call, but a reminder that her phone was low on battery. Shortly after, the call ended abruptly. Xiao Zijin had gone to great lengths to create the right atmosphere and to get through to Ding Jiyi. She had been playing on her mobile phone and only when she was left with 3% of battery did she finally make a call to Ding Jiyi. She had spoken intermittently not only to pretend that she was sick but also to stall time. She had to ensure that Ding Jiyi heard the reminder that her phone had run out of battery so that Ding Jiyi would think that the call had ended only because there was no more battery. Only then would Ding Jiyi rush to the capital to take care of her. Before that, Ding Jiyi would probably inform Jiao Nan about the situation and get Jiao Nan to check on her too. Having successfully made the call, Xiao Zijin was suddenly full of energy and she paced around the house anxiously. If she had guessed correctly, Jiao Nan would find her earlier than her mother. Jiao Nan would definitely turn a blind eye to her if she were to see how she was in perfect health. That wouldn't do. She had to ensure that she was truly sick. Thinking about what she often saw on television dramas, Xiao Zijin gritted her teeth and splashed cold water on herself before opening all the windows, letting the wind blow against her drenched clothes. Xiao Zijin couldn't help but chatter and shudder as she felt her temperature dropping. Even though it was already spring, it was still brutally cold when the winds blew against her fully drenched clothes. After standing in the wind for about half an hour, Xiao Zijin began to feel a little dizzy as though she was losing control of her senses. Only then did she struggle to shut the windows and strip off her wet clothes before throwing them in the wash basin. After that, Xiao Zijin headed directly for bed and covered herself with her blanket, quickly falling asleep. Even in her dream, Xiao Zijin could obviously feel the discomfort in her body worsening. It had originally been a fake illness, but it had turned into reality. One moment, she was so cold that she shivered even under her blanket, but in another, she felt so warm that she wanted to hide in the refrigerator. It felt terrible to be sick. Because Xiao Zijin was always well taken care of, she rarely fell sick in her 40 years of life. When Xiao Zijin had first started menstruating, both Ding Jiyi and Xiao Nan had to be at her beck and call because of her pains. Now that she was sick, she felt so miserable that she was willing to die. Apart from giving birth to Chen Feng, this was probably the most painful and miserable experience in her entire life. Xiao Nan had not wanted to say a thing when she had first received Ding Jiyi's call. Xiao Zijin was seriously ill without anyone to take care of her. There was no one to even call an ambulance for her, so she had to rush over to take a look at Xiao Zijin. Leaving aside whether Xiao Zijin was truly ill, where was she supposed to go? She didn't even know where Qiao Zijin was. The capital was so big. By the time she searched through the entire capital, Qiao Zijin would probably have toiled through her illness herself or passed away from her illness. All right, I understand. Qiao Nan took a deep breath. I'll book a plane ticket for you. Take your identity card and come to the capital. Oh right, will you be coming alone, or will Dad be coming with you? How many tickets should I book? There was nothing better than money at this point in time. Just one. Ding Ji was actually very nervous since she had never been on a plane. It would be best if Jiao Dongliang was willing to accompany her. But the problem was that Jiao Dongliang hadn't even expressed any joy over Qiao Zijin getting in contact with her. In fact, he had been rather indifferent over the whole matter. But the moment he heard that she was flying to the capital to find Zijin, old Jiao's expression had changed drastically. Knowing that Jiao Dongliang was in a rage, Ding Ji dared not ask him to accompany her there. She had better figure out what the situation was before doing anything else. Ding Ji didn't see anything wrong with Jiao Nan paying for her ticket even though she was visiting Zijin. It wasn't as though Jiao Nan lacked any money. What was wrong with getting Jiao Nan to spend such a small sum of money? She hadn't even said anything. If Jiao Nan was really a good daughter, she should have returned to Pingcheng to escort her there. Didn't they say that rich families had their own private planes? Jiao Nan was wealthy enough, and the Zai family had a high enough status too. She had no interest in a limousine. A private plane would be the best way of showing her filial piety. But she had not even asked for any of this. All she had asked for was a single plane ticket. All right, you can head to the airport now. I've got you a ticket. The flight leaves in 2.5 hours. If you take a taxi to the airport now, you'll get there in time for the flight. What else could she say? Ding Ji would only ever contact her when she needed money. Okay. She knew that Jiao Nan wouldn't lie to her about such things. As such, Ding Ji quickly headed out after packing a few pieces of clothing. Seeing Ding Ji in such a hurry, Jiao Dongliang made a decision. He found a locksmith and changed all the locks in the house. In short, the next time Ding Ji returned, she wouldn't be able to enter the Jiao family's courtyard with her keys. Qiao Zijin had too much up her sleeves and was reluctant to stop, and Ding Ji refused to change her habit of doting on Qiao Zijin. As such, Ding Ji would never be able to lead a peaceful life because of Qiao Zijin, even if she wanted to. Chapter 2267, Fulfilling Her Wish. Qiao Dongliang knew that he would never be able to reign in Ding Ji because of Qiao Zijin. Since that was the case, it was better for them not to live together and hurt each other. In the future, Ding Ji had better live with Qiao Zijin. He didn't mind living alone. In Pingcheng, he still had his old neighbors and old colleagues. Without Ding Ji, he would be able to continue with his life all the same. After coming to that conclusion, not only did Jiao Dongliang change all the locks at home, but he even changed them to high-quality ones. What Jiao Dongliang was grateful about was that he had already given Jiao Nan the property deed to this courtyard a long time ago. Once Ding Ji returned from the capital, they would get a divorce. Ding Ji had better not even dream of taking a step into the courtyard. Ding Ji had been rather nervous sitting on the plane, and she had needed to ask around before managing to arrive at the correct gate. Looking at the crowds in the airport, Ding Ji was resentful and angry about having such an unfilial and heartless daughter like Jiao Nan. She wasn't highly educated and recognized only a few simple characters. Besides, this was her first time taking a plane. At her age, it was only right for someone to be taking care of her. But Jiao Nan had left her in the lurch. If anything were to happen to her, it would be entirely Jiao Nan's fault. Was Jiao Nan not afraid that she would become a child without a mom? Was she hoping that her mom would get into an accident? How much evil had she committed in her past life that she had gotten her retribution in the form of a daughter like Jiao Nan? Ding Ji, who went on cursing Jiao Nan in her heart. had never paused to think about why she always seemed like an unbeatable giant in front of Jiao Zijin, who was always willing to bear the brunt for her. Why then was she so delicate in front of Jiao Nan, thinking that Jiao Nan had to arrange everything for her? She treated Jiao Zijin as her daughter. But every time she thought about Jiao Nan, she felt that it was Jiao Nan's duty to take care of her. It was as though their roles of mother and daughter were reversed. Who was the true debtor in this lifetime? Everyone else apart from Ding Jiyi could understand the situation clearly. Just like how Jiao Nan had once lamented to Jiao Dongliang, perhaps, she had owed Ding Jiyi too much in her previous lifetime that she had to repay her to such an extent now. All she asked for was to have nothing to do with Ding Jiyi after she repaid her debts. With an aggrieved mentality, Ding Jiyi held it in for almost 2 hours in the air. Her eyes were bloodshot by the time she landed. Everyone reacted differently to plane rides. There were those who got nauseous. As such, no one thought that it was strange for Ding Jiyi to behave in this manner. Besides, there were those who slept throughout entire plane rides. Perhaps, her eyes were red because she had just woken up. Ding Jiyi couldn't help but feel overwhelmed when she saw such a huge airport after alighting from the plane. She didn't even know where to go next. She was in a frenzy. She didn't even know if she would be able to navigate around the airport, much less the capital. That wretched girl was probably hoping that she would get lost in this place. That way, she wouldn't need to worry about her mom in the future. Fat chance. She would never let that happen. Not only would she survive, but she would even live her life well and live a long life. Jiao Nan had better not dream of getting rid of her. Huffing, Ding Jiyi gained some strength and decided to make a call directly to Jiao Nan. "Hello, it's your mom." "Whose mom?" Miao Jing answered with a cold tone. How could Ding Jiyi be so confident in yelling that right away? She had the urge to retort her. Hearing that it wasn't Jiao Nan on the line, Ding Jiyi cooled down. "Excuse me, you are, it didn't sound like that auntie that Jiao Nan had hired." Miao Jing pursed her lips. "I'm Nan Nan's mother-in-law." "Oh, it's you." It was the old chief's wife, her in-law. Even though they were communicating over the phone and they couldn't see each other, Ding Jiyi reflexively let out a smile and her tone was incredibly courteous. "In-law, I'm looking for my daughter. Could you get her to the phone, please?" "What kind of mother are you? Don't you know that Nan Nan has lessons in school today? Do you think that the Zai family's matters are less important than the Chiao family's? How bold of you! Only a fool like Ding Jiyi would be able to stop Nan Nan from attending school just to let that stupid Jiao Zijin go in her place." When it came to her most beloved daughter, Ding Jiyi's temper had never been good. What? She went to school? What a joke! She didn't even graduate from high school. Why doesn't she just live a simple life? What's the point of going to school? She knows that I'm coming and that her sister's dying, and she doesn't even wait in front of the phone. How dare she? If Jiao Nan was in front of her, she would have given Jiao Nan a good beating. She had to let Jiao Nan learn how to prioritize matters. Why not? Miao Jing was infuriated. Nan Nan's the daughter-in-law of the Zai family now, not the daughter of the Chiao family. Do you really think you're the empress? You always lose your temper in front of Nan Nan but serve Zijin like she's your master. Our Zai family doesn't welcome you. Take a look at yourself. It seems like you don't need our help now that you're in the capital. Alright, I'll tell Nan Nan about this so that she won't have to worry about it. I'm hanging up." Miao Jing was terribly reluctant to help Ding Jiyi and Chiao Zijin. A good kid like Nan Nan had been dragged down by both of them. Even after hurting Nan Nan so badly, they still dared to treat Nan Nan with that arrogant attitude. How shameless! Was that an attitude Ding Jiyi should have if she was asking for help? How ridiculous! After hanging up Ding Jiyi's call, Miao Jing was still infuriated. As such, Miao Jing made a call to the person who had been sent to pick Ding Jiyi up. "She's already in the airport but you don't have to pick her up. Just give her Qiao Zaijian's address. You can come back home. Didn't she love Qiao Zaijian very much? And didn't Ding Ji only have one daughter, Qiao Zaijian? Since she only had one daughter, Ding Ji had better not dream of enjoying the benefits of having Nan Nan as a daughter. Miao Jing would fulfill this wish of Ding Ji. Chapter 2268, Rushing Over. Letting Ding Ji make use of Jiao Nan's resources to take care of Qiao Zaijian so that she could express her maternal love? How could that be allowed? And she even wanted a chauffeur? Dream on. After hanging up the call, Miao Jing poured a glass of sweetened drink for herself. Only after calming herself down did she visit her 3 precious grandchildren to comfort herself. Otherwise, Miao Jing felt as though she would be driven to her grave. Because Miao Jing had hung up on her, Ding Ji was dumbfounded. She hadn't even gotten angry at Miao Jing. All she had done was express her dissatisfaction with Jiao Nan. Relationships between mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law had always been tense since ancient times. Shouldn't Miao Jing have been happy when she scolded Jiao Nan? Now that she was here, she could stand on Miao Jing's side and subdue Jiao Nan within the Zai family so that Jiao Nan wouldn't dare to do anything in the Zai family. But before she could even badmouth Jiao Nan, Miao Jing had ended the call in a rage. If not for the fact that Ding Ji remembered how she had indeed given birth to Jiao Nan, she would have misunderstood that Jiao Nan was Miao Jing's daughter instead because of how anxious Miao Jing had been. Up until now, Ding Ji had only the Zai family's landline, and not Jiao Nan's phone number. Because she had been cut off, Ding Ji had no idea what to do. She wanted to get in touch with Jiao Nan but had no way of doing so. Left with no choice, Ding Ji could only call Jiao Nan for help. She had already been bullied by Jiao Nan's mother-in-law, who had purposely ended the call and refused to let Jiao Nan talk to her. But she would only be able to contact Jiao Nan if Jiao Dongliang agreed to give her Jiao Nan's phone number. Then, Jiao Nan would be able to take care of her behind Miao Jing's back and send her to Qiao Zaijian. But Ding Ji had not been able to get through to Jiao Dongliang either. All she heard on the other end of the call were those rapid and short beeps. Even after trying several times, Ding Ji could not get through and the phone had even been switched off. Ding Ji was stunned. Old Jiao had not forgotten to pay for his phone bills, and he had even charged his phone last night. There was no way he would have switched off his phone due to a lack of battery. She was done for. If she couldn't get in touch with old Jiao, she wouldn't get Jiao Nan's phone number either. Without Jiao Nan's help, how was she supposed to find Qiao Zaijian? With no other choice, Ding Ji dialed back the number from which she had received a call earlier. What made Ding Ji panic was that ever since that call that noon, Qiao Zaijian's phone had been switched off. Ding Ji was worried that Qiao Zaijian had been so ill that she hadn't even remembered to charge her phone. Without a phone, how was Qiao Zaijian supposed to call an ambulance for herself? After giving it some thought, Ding Ji could only crouch down and sob now that she was stuck in the airport without Jiao Nan's help. At this moment, a man patted Ding Ji on her shoulder. "Are you Madam Ding from Pingcheng?" Ding Ji sniffled and wiped away her tears. "Yes, I am. Who are you?" How could she possibly know anyone in the capital? Besides, she was sure that she had never met this man in her life. "That's good." The man didn't introduce himself, much less let Ding Ji know that he had been supposed to drive Ding Ji to Qiao Zaijian. "This is your daughter's address. You can find her there. Goodbye." Following Miao Jing's instructions, the man turned to take his leave after handing Ding Ji Qiao Zaijian's address. Ding Ji didn't even have the chance to hold him back. It took Ding Ji a while to realize that this was perhaps the person that Jiao Nan had gotten to lead her to Qiao Zaijian. As such, she picked up her luggage and ran behind that man. "Hey! Slow down! Did that wretched girl get you to take me to Zaijian? Why are you leaving me with only an address? What did that wretched girl tell you? Don't leave!" Of course, Ding Ji was no match for that man's speed. Besides, the airport was crowded and the man skillfully dodged everyone, whereas Ding Ji fumbled around, even knocking into others from time to time. Within moments, Ding Ji had lost sight of the man. However, she had also successfully gotten out of the airport. Ding Ji sighed. That young man ran so quickly. Why did that wretched girl find someone so unreliable? I'm sure he's well paid, but he didn't even do his job well. That won't do. I'll have to tell that wretched girl off later and get that man to return the money. How could he expect to be paid after doing such a shoddy job? Fortunately for her, she had found her way out of the airport. Otherwise, she might have gotten lost in there. Ding Ji might have chased after that man frantically, but she had never once let go of the slip of paper with Jiao Zijin's address. With much difficulty, she got in the queue for a taxi. After boarding the cab, Ding Ji handed the address over. Sir, I want to go to this place. My daughter's sick and needs someone to take care of her. Could you please drive faster? Ding Ji thought that the driver wouldn't dare to take a longer route if she were to say that. That way, she would even be able to save herself some money. Unfortunately, the driver hardly believed Ding Ji. If her family member was seriously ill, the address would have been of a hospital, not a rented apartment. If that person could wait for someone to take a plane over, he or she must not have been very ill, after all. After memorizing the address, the driver agreed. All right, but auntie, I'll have to let you know in advance that land is expensive in the capital, so the airport is quite a distance away from the city center. No matter how many shortcuts I take, I won't be able to shorten the distance by much. The fare will be quite expensive. Is that all right with you? Yes, yes. Of course. It didn't matter if it was expensive. She would get back as much as she had spent from that wretched girl. What she was spending was Jiao Nan's money anyway. It wasn't hers. Deal. The driver was elated and stepped on the accelerator as soon as he accepted Ding Ji's offer. It cost 200 yuan to get to her destination. Ding Ji had no choice but to hand over 200 yuan, albeit feeling the pinch. Chapter 2269, Entirely Jiao Nan's fault. Sir, could you wait here for a moment? My daughter's really sick and she hasn't been to the hospital. I flew over here especially to send my daughter to the hospital. Why don't you send us to the hospital too? She was afraid that she wouldn't be able to hail a cab once she brought Zijin down. All right. There was no reason for the driver to refuse this transaction. But was this auntie's daughter really sick? Auntie, will your daughter be able to come down herself since she's sick? Do you need me to help you out? Not for now. I'll go upstairs and take a look. I'll call for you if I need help. Ding Ji was unsure of Jiao Zijin's condition. What if the driver saw something he shouldn't have? Then, Zijin would lose all her marriage prospects. After hurrying up the stairs and confirming the unit number, Ding Ji knocked on the door. Zijin, it's Mom. I'm here. Hurry and open the door. Zijin, wake up. Are you at home? Zijin. Afraid that Zijin wouldn't be able to hear her, Ding Ji knocked frantically on the door so much so that her knuckles turned red. Thankfully, Ding Ji had used enough strength, awakening the dazed Zijin from her sleep. Xiao Zijin opened her eyes, feeling as though she was being attacked by an entire army of soldiers. She crawled out of bed with much difficulty and opened the door. The moment she saw Ding Ji's familiar face, Xiao Zijin's tears fell uncontrollably. Mom, I feel so miserable. Mom, am I dying? No, don't spout nonsense. Oh, you're so warm. Ding Ji was taken aback by how high Xiao Zijin's temperature was. This won't do, Zijin. Let's go to the hospital now. You need to get an intravenous drip. Your fever is too high. It wasn't Ding Ji's first time feeling such a high temperature. Xiao Nan had experienced such a high fever in the past too. Ding Ji had remembered it clearly because they had spent a lot of money on her at that time. Sir, please hurry. My daughter's burning up. Take us to the nearest hospital. Because he had seen Xiao Zijin with his own eyes, the driver had lost all his suspicions and raced to the nearest hospital. Hurry on in. Because of all the paperwork and fees, Ding Ji had worked non-stop from the moment she entered the hospital. After going through all the paperwork, Xiao Zijin was finally pushed in for an examination. From the looks of it, Xiao Zijin's fever had developed into pneumonia, and she needed to be hospitalized. Upon hearing that, Ding Ji felt as though she had been struck by lightning. Is it really that serious? Isn't it just a cold? Why didn't you take care of the patient well? Don't you know that colds in spring are very serious? If you had sent her in earlier to get an intravenous drip, her fever would have gone down. But you guys waited too long before sending her in. That's why it's developed into pneumonia. How much will that cost? It wasn't that she didn't want to admit Xiao Zijin into the hospital for treatment. But Ding Ji had already spent most of the money that she had brought over. Ding Ji knew that the remaining money would definitely be insufficient to cover Xiao Zijin's hospitalization bills. You can head over to that counter to make payment first. The final bill will depend on the medications your daughter requires and how many days she's hospitalized. Don't worry. Our hospital doesn't charge exorbitant prices. If we do, you're always welcome to make a complaint. No, that's not what I meant. Ding Ji was embarrassed. All right, please take care of her. I'll go make the payment now. Although Ding Ji said that, she had no money left in her pockets. She had to make a payment of 2,000 yuan for Xiao Zijin to be admitted, but she had only slightly more than 1,000 left. Without any hesitation, Ding Ji made a call to the Zai family. Hello, I'm looking for Xiao Nan. Is she back? Oh, it's you. Knowing that Xiao Zijin was sick and that Ding Ji wouldn't have any limits, Miao Jing had purposely sat by the phone to deal with Ding Ji. Our Nan is very busy. Not only does she have to study, but she also has to take care of her 3 children. What do you want? Her sister's sick and lying in the hospital. Is she going to leave her only sister to die? Does she want her mom to die too? Ding Ji flew into a rage. Who cared who Miao Jing's husband was? How could Xiao Nan not stay by her side as kin but act like a stranger in such a difficult time instead? If Xiao Nan were in front of Ding Ji, she would definitely strangle Xiao Nan. She had truly never been wrong scolding that wretched girl. Didn't you say that she's already in the hospital? Why do you have to worry then? If even the doctors can't treat her, what can Nan do? Stop pushing the blame to Nan. Don't be so shameless. Besides, is your brain working? What's with the rest of the Qiao family? Is Nan the only Qiao in the entire family? Ding Ji felt embarrassed being scolded by Miao Jing. The reason why she couldn't even lift her head up high in front of her in-laws was Xiao Nan. Xiao Nan hadn't coaxed her mother-in-law well enough. Her sister's fever developed into pneumonia and has to be hospitalized. We have to make a payment of 2,000 yuan. I don't want your money. Ask Xiao Nan to send 10,000 over to me. She didn't want the Zai family's money, just Xiao Nan's. Nope, she doesn't have it. Even if she does, she won't give you any. You guys can get her treated if you have the money. Otherwise, you can just wait and see if she dies. These were the most vicious words Miao Jing had ever said. It was not that Miao Jing was being excessively brutal, but she couldn't stand how shameless Xiao Zijin and Ding Ji were any longer. Ding Ji and Xiao Zijin were really at the end of their road. Even though they only needed 2,000 yuan to pay for admission into the hospital, they had shamelessly asked for 10,000 yuan. But that didn't matter. From what she knew, Xiao Zijin still had more than 1,000,000 yuan in her pockets. Why would someone with 1,000,000 yuan not be able to afford a hospitalization bill of merely 2,000 yuan? They were even more demanding than pirates. Ding Ji had better rob a bank instead. If she succeeded, she wouldn't just get mere 10,000 yuan. Ding Ji could take as much as she wanted for Qiao Zijin. Hello? Hello? Ding Ji was infuriated because the call had ended again. The wealthy are always so stingy. No wonder Zai Sheng married Qiao Nan. They were birds of the same feather. To save that small sum of money, they didn't even care about their relatives. Would the Zai family get wealthy just because of 10,000 yuan? Chapter 2270, Otherwise? Qiao Zijin required urgent treatment, but Ding Ji still had to think about their next meals with the money she had left. As such, Qiao Nan had to pay for the 2,000 yuan hospitalization bill. Thus, Ding Ji tirelessly made yet another call to the Zai family. Initially, Miao Jing had not intended on answering the call. In fact, she had even considered unplugging the landline. After all, everyone in the family owned a mobile phone. To be honest, not many people even contacted them through this landline. Very quickly, Miao Jing changed her mind, deciding to punish the blind Ding Ji in another way. Perhaps it was because Miao Jing had spent too much time with the triplets that she had become childish too. She had decided to play a cruel and disgusting joke on Ding Ji. As long as Ding Ji called the Zai family, Miao Jing would always pick up the phone. However, she refused to utter a word before slamming the phone back down. As long as she picked up the call, it would be chargeable even if she didn't say a word. Even if the call lasted for only a second, the telecommunication companies would still charge by the minute. Besides, Ding Ji's phone card was from Pingcheng. Since she had traveled out of Pingcheng, it would be a foreign call that cost 1 yuan a minute. Miao Jing had hung up 5 times, and that meant that Ding Ji had spent 5 yuan on nothing. Initially, Ding Ji had not understood the situation. It was only when she received a notification that she had less than 10 yuan in her phone card did Ding Ji finally understand what Miao Jing was doing. Ding Ji was used to taking advantage of others. This was the first time she was being played like this. Ding Ji, who already had half a foot in the grave, burst out in tears like a young child, having been infuriated by Miao Jing. Since she was outside, Ding Ji ran to the toilet to cry her heart out. She didn't have Qiao Nan's phone number, and she had no idea whether Miao Jing's attitude was a result of Qiao Nan instructing her to act that way, or whether it was purely out of her own volition. She wanted to get in touch with Qiao Dongliang, but it seemed like he had changed his phone number too. She couldn't get through no matter how hard she tried. After sobbing for almost 3 minutes, Ding Ji finally washed up and returned to Qiao Zijin's rented apartment to get her bank card. Ding Ji knew Qiao Zijin's passcode, so she easily retrieved 10,000 yuan from the ATM. From there, she used 2,000 yuan to pay for Qiao Zijin's hospitalization admission bill so that she could receive treatment. Before Qiao Zijin awoke, Ding Ji simply felt that the capital was too frightening. She couldn't even get in touch with a single person here. It seemed as though her phone had suddenly spoiled as soon as she arrived in the capital. Apart from the Zai family's landline, she hadn't been able to get through to anyone. In the face of such a situation, Ding Ji strengthened her resolve to return to Pingcheng after Qiao Zijin recovered. She would never leave Pingcheng again up until both Qiao Dongliang and she died in Pingcheng. Zijin, you're awake. It was painfully expensive to receive treatment at a hospital, but thankfully, Qiao Zijin's illness was soon under control with treatment. After a night in the hospital, Qiao Zijin's fever had nearly subsided and she had sobered up too. Are you hungry? I made some congee. Why don't you have some for nourishment? Ding Ji supported Qiao Zijin to a sitting position, but Qiao Zijin's gaze swept past the ward. Mom, are you alone? Where's Nan Nan? Did she go back? What a pity. The first person she had seen when she had awoken hadn't been Qiao Nan. Otherwise, she would have burst out in tears and hugged Qiao Nan without letting go. What a pity. Qiao Nan never ever followed her script. But that didn't matter. This incident gave her an excuse to rely on Qiao Nan. She had already said that Jiao Nan would never be so heartless to abandon her in times of need. She was already so advanced in age. Not only had she stayed by Qiao Zaijian's side all this while, but she had even needed to run around getting money for Qiao Zaijian's admission. Ding Jiyi felt that she had never been this exhausted in her entire life. However, not only had Qiao Zaijian not thanked her for working so hard after waking up, but she had even asked about Jiao Nan. What nonsense! That wretched girl didn't even come to visit you. It was your mom who's been running around to take care of you. Otherwise, you'd probably still be burning up in your rented apartment. Zaijian, you're all grown up. How could you not know how to take care of yourself? Do you know you contracted pneumonia? Thankfully, it was only pneumonia. What if you'd gotten meningitis like Jiao Nan had in the past? If I was any later, your brain would have been burned. This was not Ding Jiyi's first encounter with such an incident. The difference was that she hadn't been by Qiao Zaijian's side. That was why Qiao Zaijian had been sent to the hospital too late. At that time, Ding Jiyi had purposely prevented Jiao Nan from receiving treatment, wanting her to miss out on the registration date for school. It was because of that that Jiao Nan's illness had worsened. Pneumonia. Qiao Zaijian was taken aback. Apart from childbirth, it was only uremia that had pained Qiao Zaijian terribly. At that time, Qiao Zaijian had told herself that she would definitely lead a healthy life so that she would never have to be hospitalized again. She had never expected her condition to have gotten so serious from standing in the wind because of her desire to meet Jiao Nan. Did Jiao Nan not even come to visit me and take care of me when I contracted pneumonia? Was Jiao Nan really that heartless? Was she not going to visit her even if she died? Otherwise. Ding Jiyi replied in frustration. Apart from giving me a plane ticket and your address, she didn't do anything. It was because she was exhausted that Ding Jiyi lost her temper. I might have 2 daughters. But it seems like you're both here to collect debts from me. I should be enjoying my life at my age now, but look how much I owe you that you're torturing me like this. Zaijian, you're not young anymore. Can you stop causing trouble like this? Don't tell me that this illness was just an accident. Before Qiao Zaijian had awoken, Ding Jiyi had been rather worried about Qiao Zaijian. After all, she had thought that Qiao Zaijian had fallen ill because she had neglected her own health. But the moment Qiao Zaijian awoke and called out for Jiao Nan, Ding Jiyi gained a clear understanding of the whole situation. Ding Jiyi did know a little why Qiao Zaijian had come to the capital this time. As such, Ding Jiyi had a reason to believe that Qiao Zaijian had deliberately fallen sick so that Jiao Nan would take care of her. In fact, her arrival might very well have ruined Qiao Zaijian's plan.